Cheap cameras produce proud-looking footage. You don't have to be embarrassed, worrying that you spent 10 grand on a full-frame setup cinema rig. Your show gets less views than a circus freak show with a tall guy kicking a dwarf. Here's the cameras that punch above their weight.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
There's some flattering lighting, huh? You got the shine on the head, the raccoon eyes, and just every wrinkle showing up to bless us. Number one on our list, cameras that punch above. It just feels good to have something cheap, and you laugh at those who have more expensive gear because it outperforms it in many ways. My G85 crushed the Canon EOS R when it decided it wanted to. Side by side, I was like, wow, did I even do that comparison, or am I imagining another life? So the first camera that punches above its weight costs like $12 max. The Olympus EM1 Mark II. If you can find that thing used, I bet you can find it for like $400 somewhere. Maybe, I doubt it. I looked it up before the show. It was like $1,000 still, American. What the hell is that? But it should be cheaper than it is, and you can probably find a deal on it. It's the same exact look as the EM1 Mark III. The only thing they changed was the 120 frames per second slow-mo, which is trash. It's a single autofocus. But man, you can't tweak much, but straight out of camera. Fantastic. Best colors in the business, best stabe, most reliable autofocus. Like, it has everything you need, and it's cheap. And then you get a little cheap lens. 12mm Tony-2, that's not expensive. Tony-2 Prime, that's plenty enough. This is more than that, and it's too much. It's too much, it's too good. We don't deserve this. I'm turning the camera off. Now I must warn you, it is kind of a cheap look, and the audio preamps, they're not great. There's something about the image, I don't know what it is. There's magic to be had. I think it could be the 8-bit. Something about 10-bit, I don't know if it's the detail of the sensor. Something's off with it. It looks rough around the edges. It's over sharpened and you can't tweak it. I don't understand that camera. It can look so beautiful and then so cheap. I think my favorite look of all time, if I'm being honest with you, looking back, I was embarrassed. The Panasonic S1 with that Viltrox 20mm Tony-2 cinema lens. I was embarrassed that I no longer have it. I sold it and I feel like a chump. I wish I had it. But it was too hard to use. Like, that was manually focusing with no flip up. It was a tilt screen and the mirror hack in the sunlight, and I couldn't get it. And it was so heavy. That lens especially was like 700 grams or something, or more, 800. The whole rig was ridiculous. But when I just did that video the other day posting the Panasonic S1 footage, I was like, man, those colors. Outside, Panasonic colors, they rock. They rock my world. Inside, it's my fault. Clearly, with my lighting setups. I got like 3 different colored lights and a window that changes light, and there's flies on it. Help! The next camera that punches above its weight's got to be the Fuji X-S10. Because it looks just like this. We are on the Fuji X-T4, 16mm 21.4 of course, at 21.4. How's the autofocus handling me, by the way? Is there a runner coming? Where is it? Where is he? You're trying to better yourself. Side by side with the X-S10, like, you can't see much of a difference between the X-T4. Like, that's a tiny little, it's a joy to use, a better grip. It actually had custom dials that you couldn't use for video. Can you do that yet? Oh, sorry. Only Panasonic, and I remember Nikon, the Z50 could do that. 2 companies can do it. But man, you get the Fuji X-S10 with like a Viltrox 23mm 1.4, your budget hobo ass is outdoing anybody. You show up to the party with that rig, and people are like, how are you getting that? How much did that cost you? The answer is not much. Not much. So that, or you step it up a notch. Honestly, I don't even recommend it. You gotta go for the X-T4. It is that slight bit better, but the bigger battery, worse autofocus. The X-S10, we still haven't caught up to the X-S10. It was better, and Fuji never updated this one. It's bullshit. I have to put a box roughly here, so when it does lose me, and it will, there, it's lost me, and it went to here. So maybe you didn't notice it. That's bullshit. I can't just walk around. In fact, let's try. Okay, while we talk about our next camera, I just switched this into multi-autofocus, so there's no longer a box that it reverts to. It's trying to judge the whole frame. And we're gonna watch the plight that is ours. As we mentioned, a much better camera than this piece of shit. The Nikon Z50. You got one lens for the system. It's a piece of shit. It's a kit lens. I get a lot of comments saying, this guy thinks there's only one lens. Of course you could use the big, heavy, expensive, full frame glass on that tiny piece of shit. That's unworthy of my love. The Z50, it outperformed the Fuji in pretty much every way. Exposure changes, autofocus. It was fantastic. I appreciated it. Loved it even. Wish I had one. The battery was shit. I didn't like the flip down screen. You had to small rig your way out to the left. Then that made it so heavy because it was tilted. Bunch of tilty ass shit. How we doing on it? Because it lost me once. Are my knees in the shot? Do I look feminized? Uh-oh. Z50, you could argue the Z5. It's budget. I've seen it like 900 Canadian. I ain't pouncing though. There's a 4K crop, but if you shoot 1080 and you lose a slow-mo, that was bullshit. It's bullshit. You gotta go to the Z6. The Z6 too, I don't think there's much different that you're gonna care about. Z6, but no flippy screen. That's why I don't even look at them. I want to test one. But it's bullshit, I bet. Unlike Fuji autofocus. Sometimes it seems like the trees are sharp. They better not be. But if we're being real, I don't think the Z6 is really that budget of an option. I think I've seen it for $1,400, but the lenses are shit. So super expensive. Like the 35mm 1.8 was $900, I think, Canadian dollars. We'll see how this mode performs. Multi-mode. Is that I heard it. Is it a dog? Show them. Show your dog. Oh, there's 3 dogs. Oh, wow. The next, this is not really a camera. It's a movement. It's an enigma. The Sony X3000. I can't wait to buy one again. If I see it under 200, I pounce. I pounce on that thing. I think I paid $600. It's a bunch of bullshit. But you can't do better. For a long time, I laughed just making videos in my living room with the X3000 because it was so much easier than manually focusing on that G85. It was fun. And who cared? Like, I built my channel on that. That's why we're here. Because I suck. This is stupid. This takes away from the humor. It's just like, oh, that looks too good. Until your sensor falls off with the glue loosening, it's a fantastic image. It was so sharp and stable and good audio. It's like, you can't do better than that. Tiny little thing. It's like literally the only pocketable camera. Phones aren't pocketable because you have to have a stick and a clamp. Nothing is. DJI Pocket, that thing ain't. What pocket? Or the Action, it's like, you need a mic jack and then it's weird. That was the only thing that you could just pull out, boom, press record while it's in your pocket as you're lifting it. Your show has started. Fantastic. Get one through my affiliate links. There are none? That hurts. That hurts business. I should give an honorable mention to our Huawei P40 Pro as I carry my 1,500 cantaloupes back home from a juice fest, day 48. You can't beat this thing, although you can with literally any action cam. It's better, but and phones aren't that cheap. That's the thing. They're not cheap. This thing's like $1,000 new. I got lucky, 900 Canadian. That's not a deal. I got ripped off. But for a phone, it punches above its weight. That's all you can say. Like, for a phone, because usually phones are considered not very good. One of the best phones still to this day. But it's still a phone, and it's expensive, and it's bullshit, and it's awkward. But it punches above its weight. But the fact that you can be way the hell wide to zooming in on those pigeons on a phone, are you kidding me? And the weirdest thing is the audio, it removes the background so much. Like, I'm on a busy street. Did you hear that car honk? I don't know how it does it. It's not very natural, but well.
Let me fly towards my hands, towards my hands. Let me fly towards my hands, towards my
Now, if for some reason you put image quality above everything else, I gotta tell you, the best image you can get, possibly still to this day, Blackmagic Pocket 4K. Don't go to the 6K. They did an EF mount. That's a stabilization. We don't even have digital on. Can I put it on? No. What did that button do? Not what I thought. Something different. Something bad. Oh boy. But man, it's too bad that there's no flippy screen or autofocus. That's the combo that ruined the S1 for me. We had something special there, but you couldn't trust the autofocus, and then to manually focus with a mirror hack, that was too much. That was too much for me to bear. So that would suck, but you have an external monitor. Like, if you're willing to go through hoops, you got some bullshit battery setup, giant battery feeding all your little Hive demon cameras and monitors. Freaking Hive. I've seen that Blackmagic 4K like destroy the A7S III to my eyes. Like, equal dynamic range, raw, better skin tones, better colors. It's a thing of beauty. I want to try one. It's stupid. The 6K Pro, I kind of want it, but no stabilization, no flippy screen, no autofocus. My 3 pillars of life missing in action. But the look, oh, that look. And the menus, those look fun. Touch screen, giant screen, if you just flipped it. He's terrifying. Another camera that punches above its weight, as Fuji tracked that whole thing flawlessly. Gotta give it to our little panty boy. The G9/S5. I'm including them in one camera. They're both like underweight. Underweight? They're heavy as shit. They're both just the image. I do like it. Outside. We all know my lighting sucks indoors, but outside, I like it. And you just have to manually focus. Know that. There's nobody, I don't care what hack you have. We all saw that hack didn't do a damn thing. It made everything worse. I don't know what happened on the G9. It never stays with you. So if you manually focus, which you should probably be doing anyway for YouTube, and they make it easy. I don't know that any other company can manually focus as good as Panasonic, because they know. You tap and wait, boom, and then it's locked. Then you can lock it further. It's fantastic. And so if you do that on the S5, I mean, I was watching Locke. He uses the S5, it looks good, but it is always constantly hunting in and out. That kit lens, the 20-60, it's very basic. If it was a 2.8 to 4, you might have had something, but you didn't. And there's not many lenses that I would even get excited over. But if you did it, Panasonic S5 with like a Sigma 35mm 1.4 in your house, tap to focus, lock, you're in the cinema. You're in it hard. And the G9, that's underpriced. That's like $1,000. Still kind of pricey for what it is. You don't even get vlog with it. I should update it. I'm thinking of giving that camera away. I have the perfect YouTuber. I really respect him. I'm gonna see if he wants it, because he shoots on a camcorder, an old camcorder, and I believe in this man so much. He has such great content. Don't tell him, because I might change my mind quick. It's hard to give up gear, but if he would like work around the quirks and find it beneficial, it's yours, buddy, unless I change my mind. In that case, there's affiliate links down below for you. So those are my basic options that should cost less than most things, but give you like way better results than even more expensive gear. As we walk around, digital stave engaged, Tony 2, just for the heck of it. And is the autofocus tracking me in multi-modes? And are the raccoon eyes of life inspiring to your family? They are. What did I miss? I was thinking of Sony, what else they have, like A6400. It's not that special. It's just over sharpened 6K. It's like, eh. It is amazing. You get the Sigma lens in there. It's pretty budget hobo. 6100 doesn't have log. Don't even do it. Don't even look at it. You save 300 cents. You suck at life. I'm gonna leave. Did this perform better than the Sony A7S III did yesterday? We all know it did. It's embarrassing to use that camera. I should sell it for fish food. I will. Get a fish tank. I'm gonna go after you buy a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.